Every choice you make has a consequence. Every action has a reaction. And sometimes do we make the best ones? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. What happens if you feel that you've made a poor choice? Can you go back on it? Can you take back what you said? When do you find yourself to be either motivating, inspiring, or to be promoting self-deprivation and to be detrimental to someone else's well-being? So lots to talk about. There's a lot of underlying feelings and we're gonna get into it. So buckle up, here we go. Hey, welcome. My name is Danielle and this is Daniela Diaries, where we inspire to be inspiring. That is our motto for 2022 and that is the motto for this channel. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. I hope you guys would stick around and subscribe and join the crew. It's a good place to be. We real friends around here and we talk about everything that is anything in your everyday life. And these are just pages out of my diary. So hey, how are ya? Stick around, Buttercup, because I would love for you to be a friend. All right. If you guys are new here, you know, we just kind of been stirring the pot a little bit over here on this corner of the internet, and I've made some recent changes in my life and some of them were not perceived very well. More recently, I decided to take a different journey in my life, my lifestyle, and my health journey, and I currently just decided to no longer follow a keto way of eating and kind of to, you know, take a hard right and just bow out gracefully and move on. A lot of people were not happy, but a lot of you guys who did stick around, thank you, and a lot of you guys who decided to join us, hey, how are ya? Wanted to know what's next. What is next? What am I doing? So, more recently, I've decided to embark not only on a weight loss journey, right? Because everybody's talking about weight loss. Oh, I want to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is. There's always a number and it's always about the scale. But there's never really been really spoke about in a manner that really struck a chord with me about it's not about the number on the scale, because I'm going to tell you guys something. If you're really motivated to lose this weight, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. I know it sounds crazy, but you will. And the thing is what happens after you lose the weight? How do you keep it off? How do you promote this new lifestyle? Are you going to make it a diet or a lifestyle? Are you just going to, you know, restrict and do whatever it is to hit that number and not overall like learn the whole idea about just changing into a lifestyle? And that's what I did. I really deep dove into what made me who I am, what made me be kind of the negative person, and my best features and my worst features. And my worst features, why are they the worst? What did I do? Why did I become this person? And it was a lot of soul searching and emotional digging that I had to do with the help of therapy and self-reflection and, you know, mind shift changes. And I really found out, you know, and I'm still finding out what makes me tick. And throughout this time, I did lose some weight, but I also learned to fall in love with myself. And I decided to more or less take approach of not a weight loss, but a health journey. And I decided to no longer kind of restrict certain food groups. Not saying that it is wrong. I'm not saying, I'm not going to bash and be like, oh my God, you have, because I watch these like TikToks and reels and stuff, and there's like, what do you call them, like dietitians and stuff like that, and they'll be on there and be like, you cannot restrict a food group. And you know, I'm not going to do that, because some people just need to for health reasons, and that's on you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I don't think anybody should bash anybody for it. But I found that because I have no underlying conditions that I have to improve, major point of why a lot of people do follow a low carb lifestyle, not just for weight loss, but for health reasons, I decided that I no longer had to do that. And I started to take more of a fitness approach, and I have fallen in love with kind of the whole fitness journey and like weightlifting and body recomposition. If you guys do not know what body recomp is, it's basically taking the weight that is the fat that is on your body and, you know, recomposing it to, you know, go in different places. So, you know, I haven't lost really any weight, but my waist is smaller, but my back is bigger. I don't look as like soft and flabby, where I look more strong, and that's what I loved. I've recently fallen in love with so many fitness accounts on IG, and I just find them to be super motivating. There's one girl, her name is KCUPS. Oh, I love her. I find her, that is like my goal, right? And I even message her and I'm like, hey, she's significantly younger than me too. And I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know that you motivate me every day. And thank you for like sharing your journey, because you get me up to get going. And I strive to be that for everyone. And not only for health and fitness, but I want that for the feminine society. I want that for my true crime videos. I want that for just my day in and day out lifestyle videos. And we're gonna have a lot more of that. I've recently embarked on some little ideas that I've been kind of posting up on TikTok, where I'm kind of sharing some different little reels and stuff like that. If you guys are TikToks, if you haven't seen those, check those out. And I want to start incorporating more of those, more of a luxury on a budget, because I'm very much into that. I want to encourage more of routines, still doing the feminine society, and you know, more just day in and day out vlogs, but more aesthetically pleasing. So I really want to improve my editing, and we're going to do a whole new rebrand, because I've evolved and I'm not who I was. And as much as I was sad to see a lot of people leave, I had heard this thing, and I truly believe it. God had to remove those people from my life because they were just blocking the path in which I needed to go. And maybe I was that same person for them. Maybe I was a roadblock in their life and I had to get out of the way. And that's okay. There's no hard feelings. So a lot of people are asking me, what am I eating? I'm eating all the foods. I'm eating the carbs, I'm eating the proteins, I'm eating the fats. I am on no specific diet. The only thing I am doing is following a set amount of macronutrients to help with my training. So how am I training? And I know this is very like plain and everything like that, but this is the truth. It's very simple. What is my training? My training is consisting of 5 days of weight training, very specific muscle groups. I'm not following anybody's plan right now. I actually devised my own plan, and I'm kind of working on it, and I kind of just assembled a bunch of workouts for each day. So I do have 3 leg days because I'm focusing on growing my legs. I have a quads focus day. I have a glute and hammies focus day. I have just a leg strength day. I have a back and biceps day. When I do the quads, I do my triceps, and no, when I do my glutes, I do incorporate my triceps, and then I have a shoulder and chest day. And I also am doing 6 days of cardio a week and still hitting 10K steps. So I actually, if you guys don't know, my birthday is this month, Aquarius season. Shout out to all the Aquariuses. If you guys are an Aquarius, drop your birthday down below. Maybe we are matching. My birthday is January 29th. And for my birthday, I am gonna hashtag spoil myself, and I'm getting myself a treadmill, but it's rather inexpensive. It's like $160. It's one of those like fold up and go ones, and it's a self-propelled one. I don't have the space nor the money to like invest in like a Nordic Trek or something like that. So it's just a rather small one that if I cannot hit my 10K steps, because I can't really go out right now. If you guys are new, I'm from the south side of Chicago, honey, and it is Siberia around here. It's cold, and we have very inclement weather. So I can't really be outside walking. You know, I try to like do as much like walking in the store and stuff, but also like I don't like to walk around the stores too much, because then I'm forced to spend money, and I don't want to do that either. So if I have to get them in on the house, then I do that. Or I try, the last few days I just been like going up and down on the stairs at night. If I'm like close, I've been hitting them though, so I've been doing pretty good. Yeah, so I do 5 days of weight training, 6 days of cardio. The cardio is just a steady, it's not HIIT cardio, it's a steady pace cardio, 30 minutes on the elliptical at the random speed, you know, so it's up and down, it's like hills, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm eating, drinking my water, getting in the proteins. The protein isn't like an exuberant amounts. And yeah, so these macros were actually made for me by my friend Sandra from BLACKSTARR Nutrition, and I'm kind of just testing them out, seeing how they're going, and going from there. But this is what I really wanted to talk about, because I felt compelled to say this. And this this whole conversation that I actually had with Sandra, and I want to talk about it and I want to speak on it because I feel compelled to do it, and I feel like I have a calling to remark on it. I'll give you a little story. So this is kind of what happened. My friend Sandra here, she lost a significant amount of weight, and she's had some skin removal surgeries. Now, there is a difference between getting a BBL. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with getting a BBL, but there is a difference between doing something like a BBL and skin removal surgery. A skin removal surgery is because you lost an exuberant amount of weight and you have excess skin. It's hanging there. A lot of people, like myself, I get, I've zippered my lower pouch in my zipper because I can't feel it. And I'll get, a little breakdown from it. Some people get chafed from it. It's an issue. It's an issue. There's a reason why a lot of insurances will even cover. They don't cover essentially the tuck or anything or the cosmetic procedure, but they will cover the removal of the skin because you get skin breakdown, you get pressure ulcers. It's a thing, okay? So she's had some work done. Recently she had a thigh lift, okay? And I never even knew her thighs had that much skin, so she showed it and I was like, so, yeah, and she's gotten a lot of kickback for it. And I was like, I don't understand that. If you guys are new, I am on the road to skin removal surgery myself. I just am very scared and apprehensive of doing it. And I want to pay for it in pure cash. And I'm saving my pennies. So I'm going to get there eventually. It's just not right now. So she's gotten a lot of kickback from it. And then this last week she had purchased a waist trainer. Now I actually had purchased one before she even showed hers, but mine was way too small. I actually sent it to my mom. My mom couldn't even fit in it, and there's nobody in my family could fit this thing. It's so friggin' small. But because I have such a weak core, and it puts so much, that's another reason why I have to have my stomach fixed, because I have 4th degree diastasis recti, or the muscles separated from having my babies and being so overweight, that I have very poor core strength, and because the core is so weak, it puts a lot of pressure on my back. So I was actually recommended per the doctor to wear something along the lines of a corset while working out, so it helps keep my gut in, so it helps me, have better core strength, and it helps me put a less pressure on my back. So I seen her and I was like, dang, I'm gonna order that one. And I was like looking at it, and then she was like, man, I'm getting a lot of heat from wearing this. There is a difference between corset training and wearing a waist trainer. But because people don't see that, people don't know that, they're not educated on that, they come for people. So then here we go. This is what I want to talk about. She was talking about, she had went and got some Botox done. And if you're new here, I love me some Botox. Love it. Okay, I get Botox twice a year. I love it. And she got some Botox done, and before I forget the timeline, she had went to was at the line for Target. Most Targets have like a Starbucks, and she was talking about this pistachio latte, and she's like, man, I really wanted one, and like a lemon loaf and stuff like that. She's like, but man, I looked at the macros, and I was like, no, it's not worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass. People went down her throat for getting the Botox, and and people have come for me too, where they'll be like, oh well, someone will say something like, oh, your cheekbones, oh, she has filler. I've never had filler in my cheeks. I've had Botox, but I've never had filler in my cheeks. People will talk to all this crap to her about getting the Botox, but if she would have said screw it and got the pistachio latte that was probably like 600 calories and 3 million grams of sugar, and been like, you know what, screw it, I work hard, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this, they would have been like, yes girl, yes, hashtag treat yourself, YOLO, and they would have praised her for it. So there is this fine line that I'm finding, and it's really pissing me off, because when did having self-discipline be bombarded and masqueraded as self-deprivation and self-hate? Like, when is it, like, I don't understand how you can applaud somebody for saying, when someone will be like, well, I screw it. I went ahead and had the McDonald's because I've been thinking about McDonald's and I just need to go ahead and do it. Instead of saying, you know what, I really did want the McDonald's, but I'm going to go ahead and make a better choice, and I'm going to opt out for making a turkey burger and a lettuce wrap at home, because you know what, I have goals, and I know that if I made that choice, it would have been a slippery slope, and I want to make this choice. No one will applaud you for that. But it's like, because it's so easy to make the right turn and get the pistachio latte, and because you could, not saying you per se, but people in general can be like, yeah, okay, because we're from this society now where no one wants to say no, and you know, excuses are like buttholes, and we all got one and they all stink, that we can criticize somebody who decided, instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself, instead of using my goals and this hard work, I'm gonna use this Botox as a way to treat myself, because that makes me feel good, and this is something that, you know, I'm putting all this work into my body, into improving myself, and you know what, damn it, I want some units of Botox. You know, degrade her and berate her for that choice, but if she would have made the choice of the latte, she would have been applauded and said, you know, good job. Why is it okay for us to give ourselves treats like we're dogs, but if we want to do something to enhance our appearance, then we're vain, we're unrelatable, we're unrealistic, and we're promoting self-deprivation and self-hate, and that's not body positivity. Where are the rules that are indicative of these? Because it's very, very hard these days. You know what, and this is the thing. We as women especially need to lift each other up, need to support each other, need to applaud each other, and need to be a shoulder for each other, and need to uplift each other and inspire each other to do better. So that way, the people who have children who are raising young women, such as myself, can teach them the same thing. You be the change that you want the world to see. I want if my daughter, you know, I'm not saying like I want my kids to go and get plastic surgery or whatever, but that's not the case. The thing is I don't want them to berate anybody for their choices in life. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe Botox isn't for you. Maybe you know, skin removal surgery and plastic surgery isn't for you. Maybe, you know, wearing a crop top and a waist trainer isn't for you. Maybe it isn't. But it's for her. You're not her. And she looks good. She's feeling good. She's doing, maybe your one comment is all that she can have on repeat today, and you just were the person who ruined her day, who ruined her momentum, and all the hard work she was doing. She said, screw it, and she nosedived into a carton of Ben & Jerry's and is just in a deep funk depression because of the hurtful thing you said. I feel like people, especially on the internet, need to own up for the crap that they write on these keyboards and understand that you could be the reason that somebody decided to quit. And is that a burden that you want to carry on the shoulders? Because yes, there can be 300 positive comments, yes. But you know what? When you're still fighting these internal battles of self-love and self-hate, and you have body dysmorphia, which most of us do, let's face it, okay? Because I can look in the mirror, and there's times today, even this morning, and I'm at the gym, and I'm looking and I'm like, damn, I feel like I look fat today. I feel like I look really freaking fat. Like, and I was just like trying to fight through it, and I'm like, I haven't done any, you know, but I'm like, Danielle, you're fine. You're doing this. The scale isn't, you're in your head. You got this. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. You know what, in that moment, all it was going to take was from some random stranger on the internet, and people are like, don't put yourself on the internet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're putting yourself on the internet. I just would hope that your mother or your father would have raised you better to have some common courtesy for your fellow man, because I can promise you, you would not let your tongue be so loose in person. So if you won't say it to someone's face, don't write it on the keyboard. And you know what? What if I slid into your DM and was like, hey girl, I seen you today and you look fat as shit. I seen you today and you were, you know, I seen you eating that cheeseburger. Girl, disgusting. Oh, you thought you looked cute? Yeah, I seen your long house popping out. Not my stuff. You would have been like, why would she say that to me? I did nothing to her. My thing is be careful of the words you choose, because everybody's fighting a hard battle. And no matter how further along in their chapters and their story than they are of than you, doesn't mean their feelings don't get hurt, doesn't mean that they're still not fighting a battle. You don't know. You don't know. If somebody feels the need to treat themselves with whatever it is, shit, if she wanted to get the latte, I would have been like, girl, enjoy that latte. That's on you. I don't care. You know, but I'm not gonna you know, demean her because she chose to treat her accomplishments and give herself a little prize in the means of Botox instead of a means of a latte. I just beg of you guys, as my fellow woman, to be better, do better, and if you feel that your first thought when you see somebody on the internet and you feel that you have a shitty initial reaction, honey, that's saying a lot about you. That is more, that is a pump the brakes, let's do some inner reflection, let's work on ourselves. Because if your first inclination of seeing somebody on the internet who's working on being their better selves, you know, like where they're putting in the work, you know, they're eating right, they're working out, they're doing hard things that, you know, or they're going to school, they're, you know, working a full-time job, going to school at night, trying to just really, you know, be the best version of themselves, you know. Why? I'm inspiring to inspire others. Whether that's on your health journey, whether that's on your lifestyle journey, whether that's on just being, you know, a level up journey. Whatever it is, you're just trying to be there for people when they need it. And sometimes it's really hard to be crucified by a bunch of strangers when they're doing absolutely nothing. I just wanted to say that. You know, tread lightly, because especially during these times, people are sad and people are going through all the things. People have lost their jobs, people have lost their homes, people have lost loved ones. And a lot of people are on the breaking point, and just because they don't look like it doesn't mean they aren't. And your comment, the reason that they snap. And could you sleep tonight knowing that? So treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you want someone rolling up into your social media or your text messages or whatever the case may be and being rude and saying awful things that make you feel like absolute crap, then don't be that person. That's what I want to talk about. Be kind, be supportive. You know, there's a lot of people that want to see women not fail. They want to see women fail. They don't want us to reach our full potential. They don't want to see us in power, honey. Okay? They don't want to let us be great. And we can't be sitting here trying to climb to the top, pulling each other down so we can get there. Instead, we need to be doing some pyramids so we can all rise and take over this whole thing. Imagine what the world would be if all of us got together, all of us strong-minded, beautiful women got together and took over this. Imagine. The world would be a spectacular place. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I'll see y'all. Get ready for the rebranding. Get ready for all the new content because we're going viral this year. So buckle up, Buttercup. My name is Danielle. This is Daniela Diaries. Stay tuned because we're inspiring to inspire and we're going to change the whole world. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.